right, y'all. All right, everybody. What's going on? Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I hope everybody enjoyed these wild card playoffs. The Saturday games, Sunday games, and the Monday games. Obviously, before we get started with today's video, obviously, this is your boy Bruce Lee. Welcome back to the I Am Bruce Lee channel. Before we get started with today's video, just do a few things for me. Like, comment, subscribe, fire, kick all y'all asses. No, I know I do already. Follow me on my social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, everything's at I Am Bruce Lee, where TikTok will be finished this January 19th. Fuck! It's over. The one TikTok. Alright. Let me get my shit together. Alright. All jokes aside. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just real quick, I want to talk about TikTok for like 30 seconds. That's not what this video ain't about TikTok. I am gonna miss TikTok. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first time I used the app, I thought the shit was cringe as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. There's a few creators I fuck with on there. It's a few guys that I ended up, kind of following a lot. So I found, what was it, Young Fazo over there. He's like a Jersey Club producer, I think. Don't quote me on that. He's a producer over there. I found Met Tonight. I found FSS. They kind of like do like this early 2010s kind of retro kind of production. I found Sensei XJ. Answer your fucking DMs, nigga. Yeah, so I found him. I found my guy Greezo, who I've been talking to. He be doing some dope ass remixes and shit. I've been trying to like low key get some production from him. I found him over there. I found Fort Maxwell over there. I found Dominique Berry. My fault. I found Dominique Berry, who was a former football player turned boxer. And it's these other people. I don't know how to describe me. It's this black dude who looked like, if y'all know who, imagine a skinny Cash Nasty, right? And then he got like this light-skinned woman who happened to be his girl and the mother of his child. They be doing some cool stuff together with the dances and stuff like that. I don't remember what their name is. I would go, matter of fact, I don't feel like I would grab it, but my phone need to be charged. So I could just say their names, like, not gonna know. And I found Not So Smooth Jasmine. She got like 2 accounts and shit. But I fuck with her because she low-key taught me how to be a better dancer. Just watching her example. She be that girl that be doing the little kickouts and shit. She was the viral Tracy Chapman dance. Like, remember we were driving, and then she do this whole thing where it's like she kick out and shit. She be like, you can't see my feet, but I don't give a fuck. I did it right. Anyway, yeah, I'm low-key gonna miss TikTok. And I found, shout out to my boy Trey Kelly, too. He definitely, probably my biggest supporter on the internet. Bro, every time I post something, he always liking my shit. And he talented as fuck, too. He an R&B singer. So shout out to my guy Trey Kelly, for sure. Very talented dude, for sure. Like, very good, great singer, great songwriter. Like, he's definitely a talented dude and my biggest supporter. When I was down and I was... a few months ago, I posted that video about how I was, breaking down and shit. He was the first person to come up in my comments, be like, yo, man, just keep your head up, keep trying. We all trying to figure it out. So he gave me words of encouragement. But yeah, I'm going to miss TikTok low-key. All right, so before we get started with today, so everybody knows I took the week off because there's nothing to talk about the last game of the season. We had the number 2 seed locked. Outside of me being pissed off at Sirianni for not playing Saquon Barkley to get the rushing record. That's old news now. Now we're trying to get to a Super Bowl. That's the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. But look, before we get started with today's video, talk about the wild card weekend. Talking about the Packers and the Eagles game because everybody knows I do weekly Eagles videos. All right, so before we get started, I want to give a congratulations to all the Pro Bowlers and the All Pros. We'll start with the Pro Bowlers first for the Eagles. So, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Carter, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, and Zach Bond. I mean, we all know that. I think Darius Slay might have been a Pro Bowler. Don't quote me on that. But if Darius Slay was a Pro Bowler, he well-deserved. He had a sneaky good year. And a lot of 100% should have been a Pro Bowl without question. and it was some AP All Pro team. I believe it was the first team. So Saquon Barkley, congratulations to him. He made first team All Pro. He's the best player in the NFL. Just keeping it real. He's not going to get the MVP because he didn't get the record, even though he definitely could have had it easy. But Zach Bond, 100% well deserved, and also in my opinion the leading candidate to be Defensive Player of the Year. Again, I don't watch Broncos games, so I'm not too keenly aware about what Patrick Surtain is doing, but we talk about dominating from multiple facets of the game. I don't think anybody has showed up and showed out consistently more than Zach Bond. He's my Defensive Player of the Year. He's not going to get it because of the name recognition bullshit. It might end up going to Patrick Surtain anyway, but it is what it is. A.J. Brown was second team All-Pro. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Jalen Carter, second team All-Pro. Lane Johnson, second team All-Pro. He should have been first team. Jordan Mailata, second team All-Pro. Should have been first team. Yeah, and that's all I have to say about that. So congratulations to everybody, the Eagles that made the Pro Bowl, which don't fucking matter because one, the Pro Bowl is ass, and number two, we're gonna be in the Super Bowl. Technically, if you're in the Super Bowl, we don't, shit. I mean, you don't technically play in the Pro Bowl anyway. But yeah, so we're, congratulations to making a Pro Bowl that we're not gonna play in, and congratulations to everybody who made the All Pro team. And definitely there were some snubs too here and there, so it is what it is. Okay. So we're off of that. So as you can see, I got my guy Nakobe Dean in the background and shit. Real quick, just kind of jumping the gun. He ended up injuring his patellar, which is like his knee or whatever. So he's going to be done for the year. We got to get a trophy for Nakobe. He played his ass off. He's been playing his ass off the whole year. Myself and multiple Eagles fans, Seth Jordan too, they're saying, "Oh, Nakobe ain't it." Da da da. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. And he came out this year and he proved all of us wrong. And Fangio and the linebacker coach that they brought in did such a great job of working with all of these players. And to see them develop, player development, which has been missing from this football team for a very long time. It's been a long time since I've actually seen players develop and get better. And that goes to show you that's a testament to Vic Fangio's coaching and the tremendous job he's done on bringing the toughness out of the players. The players, they play with a different energy. Like with his work, we are the best defense in the NFL, and I didn't even doubt it. I would have went for somebody completely different. Probably would have went for Mike Vrabel if it was my choice. And there's nothing wrong with Mike Vrabel either, but Vic Fangio was the right guy. I truly think that you kind of confuse players when you introduce so many different schemes. But now you have a guy who pretty much is running the same scheme. Only difference is he's the master of it. And in a way, he's a pioneer, low-key, for the modern NFL defense, which is built upon, a majority of the time, the bend, don't break principle. So I did apologize to Vic Fangio already, but I'm going to do it again. I sincerely apologize. I was 100% wrong on everything I said about him. His attitude, his toughness, the experience that he brings to the table, his multiple times of success with different ball clubs, all that is put on display, and these players have really thrived in his system. For sure. We didn't get the sack numbers like Jonathan Gannon, but we're just a much better defense just overall. Ever since that bye week, we completely flipped the switch. So, salute to Nakobe Dean, man. Hopefully we can, hopefully we can go get a ring for him, bro. So shout out to number 17, man. Salute, bro. And we're praying for you, wishing you a full. If you ever see this, maybe you won't. Wishing you a full and speedy recovery for sure. All right, now let's start getting into, I want to talk about the games before we talk about our game, right? So the first game that came up with the Chargers and Texans, I can't talk to you that much about that game. Reason being, I was up in a stew trying to get some music released for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I was up there working with the music and shit. And so because of that, I wasn't technically able to watch the game because there was just so much shit going on. And I came home late as fuck. I came home like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I wasn't able to watch the games. But I will say this. One, I think some of that owe C.J. Stroud an apology. Because C.J. Stroud is still elite. It's maybe a slightly down year for him. But, I looked at his rookie year. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't look at his rookie year as an accident whatsoever. I think that what he showed me his rookie year was that he's going to be a future elite star in this league. And hopefully he'll take whatever his struggles were this year and learn from it coming in next year. And hopefully they continue to develop that offensive line to protect him. It's not another Deshaun Watson situation, right? Um, so Herbert didn't play good. He threw like 4 interceptions. And I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't watched a lot of Chargers games this year. Their defense was really good this year overall. Clearly not in this case. Herbert had some turnovers that were due to him, and other times, I had a feeling that their lack of wide receivers would come back to bite him in the ass. The only person who's even somewhat productive is that McConkley guy they drafted from Georgia. And that Quentin Johnson guy, he's really bad. He did rebound off that one awful game that he had with Baltimore, but he's not a good wide receiver. Just keeping it real. Maybe he might do better in a different system. Maybe somebody will pick him up for a debt piece. But honestly, he was supposed to make a major leap this year. And I kind of figured, because when they got Joe Alt, I'm like, okay, that's great. They're building the offensive line, but you got to get him to weapons. They lost a lot of pieces. They lost Mike Williams, which is understandable because he's a very talented player, but he gets injured a lot. So they lost him. And they lost Keenan Allen, one of the greatest route runners in NFL history. Those are two big losses, and they didn't really replace anybody. Like, I'll give you a case in point, right? So the Bills had Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. And they had to cut so many players because of the salary cap. Who did they replace Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis with? Curtis Samuel. For those that watch the Commanders games, Curtis Samuel is a halfway decent receiver, right? Good wide receiver depth. Keon Coleman, a rookie who has a tremendous amount of upside. Shakir, who I think is either his first or second year on the team, I don't remember. But they brought in guys that they have a lot of great wide receiver depth, and obviously they got 2 tight ends. Dawson Knox is a very, very Pro Bowl caliber tight end, definitely top 10 in the league for sure, maybe top 5. And they got Kincaid, who is probably better than Dawson Knox, but both of them are elite. To me, they're the AFC version if Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert were on the same team. That's just my opinion about that. But, so they basically didn't really lose a step because you replaced those two with players that we don't know what their ceiling is yet, but these are very good players. So really, Josh Allen didn't lose anybody by getting rid of Stephon Diggs or getting rid of Gabe Davis, to be quite honest with you, right? Now, this is what I will say also. But yeah, like, I don't have anything bad to say about Herbert. I like Herbert. Like, if he played bad, he played bad. It is what it is. There's no excuses for that. But in the same breath, it's like I kind of expected this to happen. And honestly, my first qualms about hiring Jim Harbaugh was like, Jim Harbaugh is known for a run-heavy West Coast offense and short passing. And I was saying to myself, I said, Herbert needs a guy who knows how to stretch the field. He need to allow Herbert to be able to utilize his big arm. So I was low-key surprised and taken aback, and clearly was wrong about my prediction about the team not being as successful. And then relying on J.K. Dobbins, who I felt in my head was just a solid number 2 who could probably, like, I viewed him as like a Tony Pollard type of situation. Like a guy, he's a number 2 running back, but if you need him to start a few games, he can do that. Clearly, I was wrong. J.K. Dobbins is a very, very talented running back. And Chargers have had a lot of success. But I figured that their lack of wide receiver depth would bite them in the ass. And Quentin Johnson's been pretty much horrific the whole year, to be honest with you. So we'll move on from that. So about the Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers, it was crazy. That probably was the worst game I've seen T.J. Watt play. He looked very sloppy. He was falling for a lot of fakes. And Pittsburgh had no answer for the RPO. I don't know why the fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers decided to hire Arthur Smith as their offensive coordinator, considering the work he's done in Atlanta, which he hasn't really done shit. It's like, literally, bro, it's like you going on Craigslist, right? And you hire a goddamn painter. And in the reviews it say, this motherfucker was terrible. I mean, when this motherfucker left my crib, he left rats, roaches, bed bugs, mice, all type of shit. Matter of fact, there might have been some goddamn pigeons flying out of my baby's crib and shit. Like Mike Tyson was in that motherfucking room and shit playing Punch Out. But yeah, like, it's just crazy. Why the fuck would you make Arthur Smith your offensive coordinator if you saw what he's done? He's made nobody better in Atlanta. He's actually made them significantly worse. Why the fuck would you think your head? Oh, yes, if I'm not mistaken, I think Arthur Smith was in that organization beforehand. But to me, I don't understand the fucking logic in you bringing him back knowing that he was mediocre as shit in Atlanta. To me, it makes absolutely no sense. So, they got what they deserve. I feel bad for Russell. I think Russell can play. But again, I think the fact that one, he doesn't do a lot of intermediate stuff, which kind of doesn't make sense because we're in a day and age now where you have to do a lot of intermediate work because the teams ain't giving up the deep ball. There's so many athletic guys and athletic wide receivers. The wide receiver core nowadays is so much 3 times better than what it was back in the 90s and the 80s and shit like that. It's just so much more competition. And that's just my opinion. If it was, oh, you're young, whatever, nah, I'm staying by that shit. I'm just keeping it real. It's so many players that, like, they would wash a lot of the 90s wide receiver. Athleticism, skill set. I mean, every motherfucker nowadays could do what goddamn Odell Beckham could do the one-handed catch. Like, you literally see that shit literally, like, once a week, like, once every Sunday. Now Saturday because of the games and shit. But yeah, here's my thing, okay? It was just an ass whooping. They didn't, they got outclassed, just physically, just outclassed, and they had no answer for Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? Lamar did what Lamar does and things of that nature. Pittsburgh just got their asses whooped. And everybody's questioning about whether or not Mike Tomlin's a good coach or not. And it's like, I mean, he's been kind of doing the same thing for years. I don't know why you're waiting until it's lost to kind of start questioning it. But then again, how many coaches would have this roster, especially post Ben Roethlisberger, especially when Ben Roethlisberger was on a decline? How many times would you have a coach go 8-8? Or at least 500. It's not many. Most of them would fall apart. Hell, even I think the first couple seasons was pretty good for Bill Belichick, but after a while, that shit couldn't hold because Belichick, he was making a lot of bad decisions. He made Matt Patricia the offensive coordinator. He can't even coach a fucking defense. What you think he's gonna do with an offense? You know what I mean? And we just realized that Matt Patricia's not a good coordinator or coach. He's just a Belichick merchant, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. So it was an ass. It was a complete, like, Baltimore was clearly the better team just on both sides of the ball. Broncos and the Bills. I'm very disappointed at Denver Broncos. Very disappointed. The Denver Broncos, to me, it's like they had an opportunity to win. And the defense just played with zero sense of urgency. There was nobody on that team that played with any physicality whatsoever. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, Patrick Surtain better than me. Cause if a motherfucker sat up there, he did some shit. Like, so this is what Mac Hollins did. I think it was in the fourth quarter. He caught the ball. He did some shit, but I know he mushed Patrick Surtain in the face. Excuse me. He mushed Patrick Surtain in the face. Then did the goddamn what Allen Iverson did to Tyronn Lue. I would have flipped that motherfucker over. Let me tell you something right now. Number one, the game is over with. So us getting penalized, it don't even really mean shit at this point in time. The game's pretty much over with. Number two, I'm just not, I don't play that. You ain't gonna do all that and you gonna mush in my face and step over it. I'm flipping you the fuck over. And the fact that, and I'm not calling Pastor Surtain soft by any stretch of the imagination, okay? I'm not calling him soft. But what I am saying is this, like, for him to just sit up there and not do nothing, or nobody to come to his rescue or whatever, to see that push a nigga in the back or whatever, it just goes to show that pretty much was the telltale sign of how, like, the Denver Broncos played really, really fucking soft. Everybody was just waiting. There was no sense of urgency, and it's like, I truly think their defense kept them in the game, but they really took their foot off of the gas. And then the play calling for the on the offensive side, it was just bad. And I'm really not convinced that long term Sean Payton is really the answer for the Broncos. But that defense, Vance Joseph, I don't know what the fuck is going on over there because they did not come like they were a team trying to get to the Super Bowl. Did anybody have the Denver Broncos win a Super Bowl? Hell the fuck no. But when you have an opportunity to win a football game, and y'all been playing as well as they've been playing and really contending with the top teams, you gotta finish the fucking job. Especially when you're able to limit Josh Allen on the scoreboard and you have an opportunity to win. As a defense, you got to play with a lot more effort than that bullshit that I see. And like a lot of their third, fourth down, long plays, it was inexcusable to let Josh Allen just sit there for that long in the pocket. And you're just standing there instead of trying to get to the quarterback. And it was all the way around just really bad by the Broncos. They really missed a huge opportunity to win that football game. So we played the Packers, and then I'm gonna go on the Vikings and the Rams. Sam Darnold is better. He has improved, but he's just not ready for the moment. And he played like a guy, and I don't give a shit what Dan Orlovsky says. He played like a guy who could tell that he's not used to playing playoff football. He didn't play good. Did his offensive line help much? No. Was the play calling great? No. But at the end of the day, and I also think they could have did a lot more outside runs with Aaron Jones instead of just saying, yeah, you know what I mean? Or just incorporate the screen game a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But Sam Darnold, to me, is just, everybody's like ready to crown this guy as a top 5 quarterback, and I'm just like, a comeback player of the year, sure. Completely excelled expectations, sure. But honestly, the way Sam Darnold has played, and one thing I noticed, too, that was kind of like a head scratcher was he was throwing a lot of high passes. He had a lot of high misses in that Detroit game. And I'm like, I don't know how this is going to translate to the playoffs when they're playing a better team. So as a result of, Sam Darnold wetting the bed, pause, we'll be facing the Rams in the divisionals, which completely wiped their ass out. By the way, the best game of the weekend, low-key, was the Buccaneers and the Washington Commanders. I ain't gonna lie, I watched 3 quarters, a little bit of the fourth. My eye was falling to fucking sleep. I was tired as hell. I had to work in the morning. So I'm low-key pissed off because that whole entire game was very, very fun and entertaining to watch. And I'm very happy. Outside of the Eagles thing, my Eagles fan bias, I'm very, very happy for Jaden Daniels. I'm very, very happy to the Washington Commanders organization. And what it has shown, what the Commanders have shown, is that this is what happens when you get rid of bad owners. It's not cool. It's not fair. You can get rid of coaches. You can get rid of coordinators. You can fire like some members of the coaching staff. You can get rid of a GM. You can get rid of players. But if a team is under bad ownership, you can't do nothing about it. And to me, that's not fair. Because maybe it's not the GM's fault. Maybe it's the GM that's literally, maybe it's really the owner that's holding it. Like, honestly, I don't think that after a while, there needs to be some sort of, how should I put this? I don't want to say the word incentive. But there needs to be some sort of thing where, like, owners have to hold themselves accountable for when they're bringing the team down. They can't, just because they're owning the team doesn't mean they're allowed to continue to make bad decisions with the team. Like, if I had it my way, Jerry Jones' ass would have been out of here. Mark Davis' ass would have been out of here from the Raiders. It's probably a few people. Probably the Giants owner, I probably would have booted his ass. Maybe some other ones, too, that I'm not thinking off the top of my head. But definitely those 2 or 3 for sure. But, yeah, it's not really fair that an owner can get away with holding a team back with poor decision-making and doesn't get punished for it. I don't think that's fair. I never thought that shit was fair. But this is what happens when you get new ownership in a building. And ever since you got new ownership in the building, the Commanders are making smart, shrewd moves. Even finessed us out of some draft picks, whatever the case may be. And they picked a great quarterback. Kingsbury's doing a hell of a job with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is doing a hell of a job of adjusting to the NFL, and he's actually playing like he's in his second or third. He doesn't even play like a rookie. So shout out to the Commanders. And shout out to Jaden Daniels, too. By the way, I want to thank Jaden Daniels because I ain't going to lie to you. After watching the Eagles' performance against the Packers, I am so fucking happy that the Buccaneers are not in our path because I'm going to keep it real with you. People, Eagles fans, y'all going to get mad at me. I don't give a shit. I have to be honest with you. I don't think there's no way in the hell we beat the Buccaneers. Yes, are we more talented than them on paper? Sure. Do I think our mentality is a little different? Sure. But for some, my biggest concern is not even the defense. I think the defense can hold them to throw a 3-and-out at least 2 drives out of the game, right? My problem is with Jalen Hurts. And for some odd reason, don't ask me why, Todd Bowles has Jalen Hurts' number. He knows how to play him. He knows how to, blitz enough and make him feel uncomfortable. So really, the reason why I don't want to face the Buccaneers, I'm really excited. I think our defense can at least hold it to a 3-and-out twice, that's really all you need if you're a great team. Just give me 2 drives when you score, and I'll just capitalize. I think our defense is capable of doing that. Maybe even 3 drives for 3-and-outs. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not confident in Jalen Hurts being able to overcome Todd Bowles' heavy blitz defense. I'm just keeping it real with you. All right. So that's it for the wild card. Let's start getting into this football game. Let's start talking about things. All right. So by the way, the Cowboys decided to go back on their word and they decided to fire Mike McCarthy. How do I feel about it? I mean, don't really fucking matter to me. I don't really care. Like, honestly, it's not gonna be a quick fit. Now, I did hear there was rumors that Deion Sanders is highly interested in the Cowboys job. So it's a good chance that don't be surprised if Deion Sanders is the next coach of the Cowboys, which would automatically mean that Shedeur Sanders will be a Dallas Cowboy. Automatically. Now, the question is what they do with Dak Prescott, and because they just gave him a contract. So that was pretty fucking stupid. If you knew you had an idea about maybe Shedeur was in the draft and maybe Deion Sanders could possibly be interested in coaching in the NFL, you don't give a fucking quarterback who really hasn't done much, not entirely his fault, but a good amount of it is his fault. But you don't give that a person a new contract who is not really showing that he can do much outside of what he's already done already. That's just fucking stupid. So now, the salary cap and the resources, you send them all to Dak, you send them all to CD, which CD deserves to get paid 100%. I'm not questioning that part. But you knew that Dak wasn't going to do it. So now, instead of you just, let Dak walk in free agency, it's a win-win, right? You get your quarterback in the future, hopefully Shedeur, and on top of that, Dak Prescott can have a chance to redeem his career somewhere else. I'm pretty sure Dak Prescott is good enough that somebody's going to want him to start for a team. So this will be interesting to see if Shedor's going to be redshirting his first year or they get rid of somebody. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. This is the Eagles fan, all by side, I have to be honest with you. If the Cowboys say, yo, I'll give you Dak Prescott and damn near second, third, fourth, and fifth round picks, 6 and 7, you can keep that shit. You give me your Dak Prescott, or matter of fact, fuck it. You give me Dak Prescott, second, third, fourth round picks, and your pick. No. We'll swap picks. So we'll swap picks. You give me your second, third, and fourth round, and you give me Dak Prescott. Hell, matter of fact, you give me your second and third rounders, and you give me Dak Prescott, and we're able to swap picks. You got to do. I'm keeping it real. Think about it like this, right? I get a quarterback who already proven that he's capable of some type of success. And then now you give me more ammunition in the draft to try to build around maybe some offensive line, maybe some receivers, maybe a tight. I don't know, but something along that lines. You just gave me ammunition right there by giving me your second, third rounders, and then we just swapped the first picks. Bro, like, I'm taking that deal. Who wouldn't? You'd be stupid not to. But yeah, so Mike McCarthy's officially out as the Cowboys head coach, and it looks like there's a good chance Deion might be the coach. So let's get started with this game, okay? So that's fuck, all right. So outside of my weird ass behavior, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was 13 for 21, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, and rushing 6 carries for 36 yards. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the truth. Jalen Hurts' best play was maybe a couple scrambles, and I say that touchdown throw to Jahan Dotson. So the game started off with Oren Burks forcing a fumble, and I forgot who recovered it. Oren Burks forced a fumble off of the kickoff. And we were in good field position. Jalen Hurts did a fantastic throw to Jahan Dotson in the back of the end zone. You want to be honest with you? I don't think Jalen Hurts was rusty at all. I don't even think that was the issue. And I think people who are saying that it's the issue clearly are not paying attention. This is the issue with Jalen. First off, out of his performance, what I would grade it, I would grade it a D. Pause. The reason why I would grade it a D because he did some good things, right? Made some passes here and there that was smart. I really like that little accurate low pass to A.J. Brown. I thought that was really cool to see. And then, he had some good scrambles. And then, again, I like that touchdown throw to Jahan Dotson. So, but really outside of that, the same problems that Jalen Hurts has had since day one keep occurring. And he doesn't know how to get the fucking ball out of his hands. To this day, he doesn't know how to get the fucking ball out of his hands. And it pisses me off even now more than ever because I just watched Tanner McKee get the ball out of his fucking hands. I watched Tanner McKee play the quarterback position correctly. And I'm like, if fucking Tanner McKee can understand, oh shit, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, all right, my primary reads aren't open. Let me throw to my underneath. Let me throw to my check down. If fucking Tanner McKee, a third-string quarterback, who really is, to my opinion, his level is a second-stringer spot starter as of now, right? That's my opinion. If he understands this shit, playing quarterback number 3, then why the fuck in your fourth year in the league, you're getting paid all this money, you're getting paid franchise money. Now, I want to address Darren Orlovsky's comments, right? So I was like, oh, Darren Orlovsky was wrong in the third because Darren Orlovsky, posted some videos on Twitter with the disposition that it wasn't Jalen Hurts played good, which he did not, okay? Jalen Hurts did not play good. Keeping it real, okay? And there's somebody, let me tell you right now, I've been fighting with my motherfucking family. Rex Ryan ass, I have respect for the nigga. I don't have respect for the nigga no more because he talking some bullshit. I'm like, yo, everybody hating on the Eagles and shit. Everybody hating on Jalen Hurts. Niggas ain't giving Jalen Hurts his goddamn respect. So I'm up here fighting my family saying, yo, y'all niggas gotta chill out, bro. What happened with the Pittsburgh game? Yeah, I forgot about Pittsburgh. Come on now. So I'm up here fighting tooth and nail about Jalen Hurts. And I'm saying, yo, y'all let these mediocre-ass quarterbacks who are getting paid all this money to get away with being mediocre, right? I love Jared Goff. I'm a Jared Goff fan. He threw 5 interceptions. I heard crickets. Justin Herbert, people, say, some of it is wide receivers are ass. Just keep it real. Nobody's really giving him hell about the 4 interception performance in the fucking playoffs, right? I seen Kyler Murray throw the ball up for grabs. I've seen Geno Smith throw the ball up for grabs. Okay, I see Sam Darnold throw high-ass passes. But y'all ready to claim him that he's better than motherfucking, He's better than Jalen Hurts. I love Baker Mayfield. I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. His play is finally matching his confidence. I love it. I love Baker Mayfield. Like Baker Mayfield is awesome. I fuck with him. But I'm keeping real with you. His numbers are really, really good this year. He had a good year overall. And listen, he just played a Washington team they're trending at a great coach. And Jaden Daniels, it's just he's on another level. It is what it is. And Terry McLaurin, that's a bad motherfucker. I've had to argue motherfucking motherfuckers talk about Terry McLaurin's not a top 2 wide receiver. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm in the NFC East. I said, y'all niggas is tripping. Terry McLaurin has been consistently been a top 10 wide receiver. Y'all fucking tripping. But yeah, so going back to my point, right? So I'm defending Jalen Hurts. I was defending him all weekend, even though up until that point of the game. But it's no reason why a fucking third stringer has the knowledge and the wherewithal to say, get the ball out of your hands. It's playing the same offense, but you don't? Something is wrong with that picture. That picture doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm tired of having to go through the inconsistent shit. Prior to the Pittsburgh game, I talked about it. I said, yo, I know what to expect out of A.J. Brown. I know what to expect out of Devontae Smith. I know what to expect out of Jalen Carter. I know what to expect out of Saquon Barkley. Okay? I know what to expect out of Mulata, Dickerson, fucking Cam Jerkins even. Is anybody? Lane Johnson. I know what to expect out of those guys. Okay? Consistency. I don't know what to expect out of Jalen Hurts. One minute he looked like he's playing like, okay, this is why he's a franchise guy. This is the guy that ran the fucking league in 2022, had a historic Super Bowl performance, put the team on his fucking back in the gauntlet phase we was going through, or the AFC powerhouses last year. Okay? Sometimes he looks like the Pittsburgh game, like, this is what y'all wanted? Oh, shit, yeah, that's the reason why we paid him all that money. That's number one right there. And the next minute, he does some bullshit. Now, this is what I will say, though, and this is what worries me, and this is why I'm so happy we didn't face the Bucs, and this is why I thought that we would have faced the champion Buccaneers, we would have 100% would have lost that game. Because Jalen Hurts still doesn't understand you got to get the fucking ball out of your hands. Now, I will say this to add to Dan Orlovsky's point. He's right about the receivers not being open. And what I saw that really pissed me off, I saw with the same shit that was happening last year. I saw the same play call that was happening in the last 7 weeks. That I'll give Kellen Moore this. I saw weak eye formations for the first time this whole year. I seen it. I was very impressed by that. But we cannot go back to what we did last year. Last year was fucking mediocre as shit. It wasn't good. So, at this point in time, yes, I do agree. I'm not blaming Jalen Hurts 100% for his performance, but I am going to blame Jalen Hurts because the things he can control, he's not doing that. And to add to Dan Orlovsky's point about, this guy not open, this guy not open now, if you want, then he goes on to the point, well, yeah, if you want him to take the little quick 5 yards and the check downs. But, that's not, that's really, I'm paraphrasing. He basically said it's like, they don't really mean shit because it's like, it's only 5 yards, it's only like little plays. But here's the reality situation. This is what separates great quarterbacks from good quarterbacks. It's not how fucking far you can throw. It's not about the 400, 500-yard games. It's about managing the fucking game. Okay? What I mean managing the game is this. When there's nobody open, you're checking the ball down. Because this stuff adds up. Listen, we're in a league where everybody's damn near playing Vic Fangio's defense, okay? And they're especially going to play because you got so many wide receiver weapons. They're not going to let A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith beat him down the fucking field. It's not happening, okay? And they're going to blitz you. This is the playoffs. They know that, Jalen Hurts is susceptible to the blitz. He doesn't have any patience standing in the pocket, so he'll tend to run off to his right, okay? That's the blueprint on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, you should know this shit already. It's not brand new fucking information, sir. It's not brand new information. You know that they're not going to allow Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown to beat them deep. Very rarely. If you get an opportunity, great. But most likely it's not happening. They're going to key on them not going down the field. And they're going to blitz the shit out your ass because they know that you're not patient in the pocket and you don't know how to check the fucking ball down. They know this shit already. So Dan Orlovsky was like, yeah, this offense is not built for the quick timing. And what I would say to counter that is, one, we showed it in the Pittsburgh game in the first quarter when Jalen Hurts was lighting shit up. Okay, so Jalen Hurts is more than capable of this. Also, we do not pay Jalen Hurts to be an average to mid quarterback. We don't pay Jalen Hurts to have the fucking talent. We don't pay Jalen Hurts to have fucking Saquon Barkley carry him. We pay Jalen Hurts because he's the fucking franchise guy. We pay Jalen Hurts because we got to put him up with the Burrows of the world, the Josh Allens of the world, the fucking Lamar Jackson, the Pat McGoats of the world. That's what the fuck we paying him for. We paying him because he is an MVP caliber. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league. That's why we're paying him all this. So we're not paying him to just sit up there and be like, if there's nothing open down the field, if there's no fucking A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith going to the deep balls and shit. No. It's not going to be RPOs, and if the RPOs don't work on the deep passes, that's not what makes a great quarterback. So then we can't, by Dan Orlovsky's definition, we can't consider Jalen Hurts elite by any stretch of the imagination because of the fact that elite quarterbacks understand I have to take what the defense gives me. Okay? They understand this. So this is why I can't really get mad anymore when niggas be talking shit about Jalen Hurts, why they're not giving him his proper respect and his just due, because he continuously does the same shit over and over again. What is the definition of somebody that keeps doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? Insanity. Okay? Now, Kellen Moore and Sirianni, they're not off the hook because they were the vast majority of shit is on them. You have to understand with the personnel and how the defense is going to be playing you, how they're going to be playing Jalen Hurts. What's Jalen Hurts' weakness? And you got to make it easier for him. You got to do drag routes. You got to do anchor. You use the middle of the fucking field. You knew this, Sirianni. And this is the reason why I didn't really formally apologize to Sirianni and why I'm kind of like not really on the hype train about him being a great coach. I think he's a great motivator. I think he's a great culture creator. But as far as the X's and O's where the shit really matters, he's not good at that. So that means if Kellen Moore goes off to a head coaching job, we might be fucked next year. Okay? Now, the same shit that was happening last year with the play calling, everybody just fucking doing these stupid ass routes. It's either a go ball, everybody just doing the fucking curl routes, and everybody just being stuck. That was the same shit I saw. You think we're going to go against the Buccaneer defense, like it's a Todd Bowles defense who's blitzing the shit out of Jalen Hurts to be able to count? No, it's not happening. Jalen Hurts is going to eventually turn the fucking ball over. And listen, Seth Joyner, I got to get on you for a second because you said some shit that kind of low-key pissed me off. And Seth Joyner, I fuck with you. You're a Hall of Famer. Whether or not they give you the jacket or not, you're a Hall of Famer. And for the most part, you're one of the very few people that report on the Eagles that actually know what the fuck you're talking about. A lot of people just saying stupid shit. You know what you're talking about for the most part, okay? You spoke about me a little bit too soon about Nakobe Dean, but for the most part, your takes are pretty much on point, okay? But Seth Joyner, sometimes I feel like that you have to you don't understand the age of the internet, and I don't expect you to. But let me school you on the age of the internet. Motherfuckers will get their opinion. And motherfuckers are going to act like that they are, former players, coach, whatever. They're going to give their opinion. Matter of fact, fuck the internet. People are going to give their opinion in general. Also, understand this. When you decide to become a public figure, doing the reporting thing, right? Being a sports analyst, and you decide also to go on social media and post your thoughts, whether that be sports thoughts, and sometimes I see him post some other shit too. People are going to comment. There are people that are going to be agreeing with you. People are going to be disagreeing with you. For some odd reason, Seth Jordan is not able to comprehend this. And every time somebody disagrees with the nigga or says something that's contrary to whatever his opinion is, he start with these weird ass insults for no reason. And then he says something about the fans being ungrateful because the dude called in on the radio was going crazy, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, as the unpopular opinion, I thought that the guy that called into the radio, there was nothing wrong with what he said. At all. How Jalen Hurts played is unfucking acceptable. Okay? Because we know what he's like at his best. Do I feel like the fans are a little bit too reactive? There was a couple games ago where they was like, yo, Jalen Hurts is not quarterback number one anymore. And some niggas look at how Tanner McKee played. Well, Tanner McKee's outstanding. They look at how Tanner McKee plays and say, yeah, bitch Hurts. They're doing too much. I could agree that they do way too much, but you have to understand that this is just how the world works. Fans are going to have opinions. People are going to have opinions. Just because some of them are fucking outrageous. But there's nothing you can do about it. You can't control that. And for some odd reason, Seth Jordan doesn't seem to understand. You cannot control people's opinions, okay? Your opinion is not God. You're not God, okay? When you say something and you put something out there on social media, some people are going to disagree with it. People are going to disagree with it. But he doesn't seem to understand that. And he talk about people being ungrateful. No, I don't want it. I'm not appreciative of that shit. That's horrible. That's mediocre. All right? You even had motherfucking A.J. Brown reading the book. And listen, I'm going to keep it real. I don't give a fuck what A.J. Brown or nobody else say. Because A.J. Brown, of course, ain't going to say shit that's going to fuck shit up. Because, one, they know the media is waiting for that shit of the diva narrative. They're waiting to put that on him. A lot of the times out of racism because I think A.J. Brown's a terrific guy. I don't know him, but he seemed like a really good dude, and he's a hell of a fucking football player. Definitely, when it's all said and done, he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver of all time. End of discussion. I think he's already the best wide receiver we ever had in franchise history. And that's saying a lot because T.O. was the man. But look, he had A.J. Brown reading on the goddamn sideline. And so it's not even entirely his fault, okay? Because Kellen Moore and these Sirianni, I need to get y'all fucking shit together. Stop reverting back to the same shit that you know that's not working. If guys ain't getting open, You need to, if you know what the fuck, because I seen it in the first quarter of the goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers game. I seen y'all do it. So don't fucking tell me that you can't get the A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith some targets and some better looks, because I fucking seen this shit in the Pittsburgh game. I've seen Jalen Hurts stand in the fucking pocket and 1, 2, 3, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and deliver the fucking ball on time. I've seen it happen. Don't fucking tell me that it can't happen. It can happen. I've watched it with my own fucking 2 eyes. Y'all just trying to sit up there and just do it y'all fucking way. And honestly, thank God we got the Buccaneers, because they would beat the fuck out of us. Straight up. Because what Baker Mayfield's going to do, and don't respect, what's the guy name? What the fuck? Jordan Love? Good quarterback. B to a B plus level quarterback. That's about it for right now. Can he get better? Of course. It's only his second full year. But he's a B to a B plus quarterback. That's it. All right? So he's not able, but Baker Mayfield, you play like that, you consistently have them in the game the way they did, while the defense play fucking lights out. You have them in the game. Baker Mayfield is going to fucking torch you. Mike Evans is going to torch you. And you better be lucky that Chris Godwin isn't there. Because they got this young dude who kind of struggled with drops in the first quarter, but he's been stepping in for Chris Godwin doing his thing. Bucky Irvin's going to fucking kill you. The Bucs ain't going to play with you. You sit up there and you have bad drives and Jalen Hurts ain't getting the fucking ball out of his hands and you're not scheming guys to get open. You're not using the middle of the field. They're going to fucking torch you. Period. So at the end of the day, Seth Joyner, respect, OG, respect, but no, we're not accepting this shit. This shit is not acceptable. I'm sorry, it's not fucking acceptable. And we're not going to sit up there and act like Jalen Hurts played great when he did not. He played like shit. I'm sorry. And mind you, I've been fucking fighting tooth and nail. I've been fighting my own family members about Jalen. Hold on, Jalen can play. I've been fighting. I've been on the front. Mind you, Patrick Mahomes is my favorite player of all time. Okay? But I've been fighting for Jalen Hurts. I've been fighting. But I'm not going to defend nobody who's not playing the way he's supposed to play. He's playing like shit. We're going to call it out. That's it. If you disagree with it, cool. Even the fucking lady was like, yo, like, it's an opinion. Who cares? But Seth, we're in the age of the internet. Niggas got opinions. You like it, don't like it, doesn't fucking matter. Who cares? The nigga didn't play good. I don't give a fuck about whatever you talk. Is it 100% his fault? Of course not. But you have to understand, there are some fans that get into, like myself, who read the articles and see the game and understands context of the situation, right? I understand the context says, oh, it's not 100% Jalen Hurts' fault because Kellen Moore and Sirianni ain't doing what the fuck they're supposed to do. And scheming guys open and making it easier for Jalen Hurts. But the shit that Jalen Hurts could control, which is take what defense gives him, take the 5 yards, go give it a game. If game was wide the fuck open, give him the ball. All right? Somebody's open underneath, give him the fucking ball. All right? So I don't want to hear that. It's like Seth, you gotta chill, bro. You really gotta chill. You gotta let people have their opinion. All right? You being this big-ass dude who play football, got a little attitude to you, you're not going to intimidate people off not having an opinion. Or I played the game. So fucking what? Seth Jordan plays the not Seth Jordan, that nigga name. Shannon Sharp played the game, and he has some of the worst fucking takes I've ever heard in my life, especially when it comes to the Eagles. He has shitty takes when it comes to the Eagles. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He's like the godfather of the modern tight end. His Eagles takes are fucking dog shit. It is what it is. So you being a forward play, that doesn't mean anything. We have access to the same information that you do. We have the stats already. We can just look it up. We watched it in the same game. Yes, you're going to have more context because you played before. But we're watching the same fucking game. And you can't tell a person to say, whatever your interpretation, your thought process is through based on what you're processing through your eyes. You can't tell people how to think. You just can't. That's it. But the guy that called the radio, he didn't do nothing wrong. And A.J. Brown, I don't care if you're going to admit it or not, you were stressed out. And you read that book. And even Jalen Hurts was like, yo, I see this nigga like, he has a book in his head. That nigga ain't read shit. And, bro, I'll be surprised that nigga read the motherfucking playbook off the goddamn Microsoft Surface tablet. What the fuck are we talking about? But yeah, A.J. Brown, I feel like 100% he was frustrated. And I think he was using that book to try to calm himself down, okay? And trying to keep things into perspective and not trying to make it about him because he understands the bigger implications about anything he says or does on the sideline is going to be amplified 3 times bigger. But he was frustrated. And he read that book to try to calm himself down. I don't care what anybody on that organ. I don't care what Sirianni says. I don't care what Jahan Dotson said on his Instagram story. That's what happened. I gotta give the Packers credit on this. By the way, I'm hard on Jalen Hurts because I know how great he could be. But shout out to him for standing up to number 93 because that was some bullshit we did at Saquon. And number 25, let me tell you something right now. When Saquon said, hey, good game, bro. You lost. Take the fucking L. You're a scrub. That's it. You don't deserve to be in Saquon presence, nigga. So all that shit talking you doing, it don't mean nothing. You're a fucking scrub. It don't mean that you're a fucking... It's always the niggas that are ass talking the most shit. You didn't do nothing on the field. I ain't never heard of you, nigga. I ain't never heard of you. I heard of Jair. I never heard of you, nigga. Who the fuck is you? You a scrub, nigga. You up here trying to argue with goddamn Saquon Barkley, nigga. You a fucking scrub, nigga. I'm surprised your ass ain't take a fucking nursing or be a goddamn CNA or some shit at a fucking nursing home. You a scrub, nigga. You a goddamn scrub. Fuck is we talking about? You up there argue? You argue with the fucking best player in the NFL. You understand who you talking to, right? That's the best motherfucking player. And he ain't gonna win MVP, but he goddamn deserves that motherfucker. You a scrub, nigga. You trash. You ain't do shit. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, you also did some dirty shit too yourself that you got flagged for. I remember which one. All right. Now, number 93 was on some bullshit. All right. And what I can't stand about niggas, right? Listen. You know you in the wrong. You know you did some dirty bullshit to Saquon. Don't start sitting up there getting your motherfucking feelings. But no, dude, like this what I want you, and I'll respect you even more. I don't like when shit happens to people that on the team that I support. I don't like when shit happens to them. But I would respect you if you did this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a because you knew you're not a victim. You knew what the fuck you were doing, and you did it. So shout out to Jalen Hurts for standing up for his teammate. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna kill Jalen Hurts too much. You know what I mean? So I'll give him credit for that for sure. I'm trying to think about, oh yeah, Goddard, man. See, this way I gotta chill out about Goddard. Everybody wants Goddard to be replaced. Number one, the injuries that happened the last couple years. Not this season, yes, the injury prone thing. As much as I try to defend Dallas Goddard, I can't. He's been a little bit injury prone this year, 100%. But I'm telling you, when he's on the field, there's only two guys you're comparing him to. That's Kittle and Travis Kelce. That's it. That's the only people you're comparing him to. That motherfucker's bad. Stiff arm the whole fuck just getting that motherfucker the Heisman 3 times. I mean that motherfucker like you would have thought he won a Heisman his freshman, sophomore, and junior year at a goddamn at a Power 5 school. She'd be like, That motherfucker's getting the nigga the Heisman. That nigga went through the whole motherfucker. Nigga went through O.J. Simpson, fucking Marcus Allen, goddamn Baker Mayfield, motherfucking Kyler Murray, fucking Lamar J. Nigga went through like all the history of all the fucking Heisman. Nigga went through Herschel Walker. He went through the whole goddamn list of Heisman winners on his ass. Like off that one fucking play. And that nigga was up there paying fucking tribute to the people that came before him. He's like, take that nigga Herschel Walker. Take that nigga Marcus Allen. Take that nigga Kyler Murray. Take that nigga Lamar Jackson. Take that nigga Baker Mayfield. That nigga was with the whole. Take that nigga Reggie Bush. Take that nigga Travis Hunter. That nigga was going through the whole motherfucking list like crazy. That shit was funny. Take that nigga Devontae Smith. Bro, that shit was funny, so I ain't gonna lie. Shout salute to the Dallas Goddard though. When you're on the field, it's not many people that can fuck with him. Calcaterra has some catches too. Shout out to Calcaterra. He played good. I mean, I think gotta stop hating on Calcaterra. He cleared up that fucking blocking. He's our next tight end. I'm not ready for Goddard to leave yet. I love Goddard. But Calcaterra can fucking ball. We got two great tight ends. Keep it real with you. You don't need no tight end in the draft. Calcaterra, I want by next year, he's our star. If Goddard's our star, I want Goddard to stay. But if it's not, I'm cool with Calcaterra being our number one. I don't have a problem at all. He did a great job filling in for Goddard, and that's just not easy. The offense ain't been the best to beat at all. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about the offense. Let's talk about the defense. Jake Elliott, by the way, missed the PAT attempt. I mean, goddamn, I mean, something wrong with Jake Elliott. I don't know what the fuck happened this year. I do not know, but something happened. I don't know what it is, but something happened. Yeah, so let's talk about the defense real quick. Jalen Carter played really good too. Milton Williams did a great job. I'm gonna tell you what Milton Williams did a great job doing. When he wasn't able to make a play, like a sack or whatever, he would help somebody else make a play. Matter of fact, Carter was so good when he got double teamed, Milton Williams would be able to make a play. So whether Milton Williams was actually making a play or helping somebody get an avenue to make a play, that was terrific. Like I said, Jalen Hurts, not Jalen Hurts, sorry, Jordan Love is a B to B plus quarterback. He makes bad decisions. He throws the ball way too high. You gotta do better than that. Josh Jacobs, outside maybe one drive, he did a really good job of bottling him up. He didn't really do much. And Green Bay also did a great job of bottling up Saquon. I'm still pissed at Saquon. What the fuck was you doing on that? I get it in certain situations you don't want to show swiftness, but goddamn, when you had a game where you didn't really pop off too many big runs, you got an opportunity, bro. Score the fucking. Get your ass to the end zone. I was just like AJ and Smith. It was like, wait, Devontae was funny. He was like, yo, I smacked the fuck out of that nigga. It was funny as hell. But nah, I was like, AJ and Smitty was every motherfucking Eagles fan when Saquon did that shit. Like, as soon as Saquon, bro, like, come on, like, bro, get your ass to the end. The next time that happens, get your ass to the end zone, bro. Like come on, dude. But like, nah, I'll always salute to him. So, yes, that defensive line, I think that was pretty much it. Trying to figure out who else made plays. I don't remember. Let's go to the linebacker side. N'Kobe, man, salute to you, bro. Like, again, speedy recovery. He played good when he was in. Oren Burks, he made some key plays in this game, but he did some shit where it's like, you need to prioritize making a tackle off of versus punching the ball out. Punching the ball doesn't matter. A fumble is rare. Stop worrying about that. Actually learn how to make the fucking tackle. Like, focus on that. That should be priority number one. Zach Bond played out of his fucking mind. That interception way he snatched that shit, how he played aggressiveness, all that set. That's all. He did low-key get away with PI, but who gives a fuck? A foul ain't a foul unless the ref blow the whistle. And I ain't hear one. But yeah, so fantastic job by Zach Bond this game overall. In my opinion, he's the best defensive player in the league, and it's not really. If you think otherwise, I'm sorry. You either a rival of the Eagles, you either a NFC East rival, or you just don't simply watch football because he's 100%. Without question, defensive player of the year. The guy dominates in all facets of the game, hands down. Let's talk about the secondary real quick. I think Chauncey dropped the interception. You almost had an interception. Quinyon finally got an interception. About time. Darius Slay played really, really good. Like, really good, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been very disrespectful towards that guy. And it's really good to see that he actually cares about this team. That's all. We just wanted you to put the team first. That's it. But he's been doing that. I owe that man an apology. He's been fantastic for us all year. He's low key quietly having a Pro Bowl caliber year. He's been outstanding. Like he stepped up to the challenge. He's not perfect, but if he wanted to, he could play another year. I'm just keeping it real with you. Isaiah Rodgers played pretty good. When he came in, I don't know why they still have Cooper the G returning kicks when we actually need him. I'm trying to figure out who else. That's all I probably have to say. Anything else I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, and the Green Bay, man, they was dealing with a lot of injuries on both sides of the ball. I mean, they was low-key dropping like flies. I low-key felt bad, but, it's what it is. Trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say. So we got the Rams individuals. So I'm keeping it real with you. I'm not worried about the niggas at all. We beat them, I think, our last two meetings, and I think we have the Rams number. I'm not worried about them at all. I think we might struggle with Kyron Williams maybe in the first half, maybe. But that's really it. I'm not. Stafford's going to turn the ball over eventually, and he's going to get careless with the football, so I'm not worried about that. If Jalen gets the ball out of his hands fast, I think we can avoid Jared Verse in that passer. And that guy Fisk, he's pretty damn good too. He might be a Pro Bowl in the future. He's pretty damn good. I'm trying to think about who else. But yeah, I'm not worried about the Rams. Honestly, thank you, Washington, for getting rid of the team that I was really scared of the most was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And literally, I'm expecting to meet Detroit. Now, that Detroit and Washington is going to be very interesting because I think that Jaden Daniels could possibly pull off the upset. But I don't think they have enough defensively to stop all of those weapons on the Detroit side of the ball. So it might get ugly. But, I think Jaden Daniels has a great opportunity there. And it'll be interesting to have a NFC championship with two NFC East teams. That would be kind of crazy. But I'm expecting Detroit to win their game. And then we'll meet them. I'm not even fucking worried about the Rams at all. I know strategy, no nothing. I'm not worried, all right? So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all work weekend, things of that nature. I see y'all when I see y'all. There's a Button video already out. If y'all didn't enjoy it, go check that out. working on new music, so I'll keep y'all updated as time goes along. Man, I'm out of here. Yes. All right.